Good evening, wrestling fans. Welcome back to another edition of Evolution of Pro Wrestling. Today we're going to have an exclusive interview with an up-and-coming superstar, Indy Superstar, that's coming up on the ranks. He's had many accomplishments in the ring, and we're going to be discussing that tonight, as well as his accomplishments outside of the ring, bringing his journey into professional wrestling. We're going to see how he got to where he is today. This man has only been in the industry for almost about a year. Excuse me. We're going to be welcoming into the show Mr. Braxton Hunter. We're going to see what he has to say. We're going to mention some questions, and we're just going to go full throttle with this one. So let's welcome him into the show. We're just waiting for him to plug it into our camera, and we're pretty anxious to see what he has to say regarding his career, his struggles, his triumph, and etc. Anything else he has to say. So let's do it. Let's send him an invite. All right, now we're just waiting for him to come on so we can plug his camera. Once we do that, we're going to get him on the show. In the meantime, fans, we appreciate all the support you've been showing us, all the shows we've been having, all the discussions, the topics. We're just excited to continue going on. You know, last week we had our Breast Cancer Awareness Month for the female wrestlers. I hope you guys tuned into that last week, and we appreciate the viewing and hope you continue to view us every single week. So let's see how that's gonna go. And Braxton is actually on now. Let's wait for him to come on, and we will start this interview. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, how's it going, man? Glad to be here.
Good. Give me a moment.
All right.
Okay, can you hear me better?
Yep, that's perfect.
All right, good. First off, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure having you on. Up and coming superstar. I've heard from Mr. Alex Cruz. He's talked very highly about you. We've heard about many indie superstars. We've heard about Alex Cruz. We've heard about people from WWE, AEW. But let's hear about Braxton Hunter. Tell us about the superstar, indie superstar, Braxton Hunter.
I'm as you may hear a lot. I'm just a kid out here trying to live his dream. My dream may be a little bit different than your average, wrestler, indie wrestler, or whatever that may be. But no, that's okay. We all have different ideas and goals of what our lives and careers should be. So it's basically it. I'm just a kid from a small town, just trying to wrestle, man. That's all I'm trying to do.
Well, you did a big accomplishment. You know what I've seen. You're the first ever Revolve Pro Golf Coast champion.
Yes.
Excuse me. You're the first ever DreamCon champion. You've wrestled in 12 plus states in a matter of 10 months. So that's a lot of states within a short period of time. You know, what were your struggles as you got into the industry, and what pushed you to become a wrestler?
Struggles, I'd have to say mainly. I'm not a very big or muscular guy. I'm only about 5'8", roughly 175 pounds, and let's just say not all of that is muscle. I've always kind of struggled with like fitness and knowledge and stuff, mainly because I was just very against playing sports and stuff in school. So, playing sports also came along with that, physical training and endurance and stuff. So I was just never a fan of that. Therefore, I was kind of, I wasn't taught the correct, physical aspect of like working out and all that. So kind of paying for that now and trying to teach myself mainly. Within the next year, I want to become a physical trainer, personal trainer. I want to get certified and stuff like that. So trying to teach myself that, and also just, that was and still is pretty hard for me. Sorry, phone's going crazy right now. But just not being that big of a guy, and also not, having that look. A lot of promoters just kind of look past you. It's just, another slob just trying to, get in their ring, try to get noticed. But, once people actually see me wrestle, it kind of changes. I don't have like a terrible physique. Like I'm not, but I also don't have a very good physique. So that also turns people off.
Well, in professional wrestling, sometimes the physique isn't too much of a factor. In some organizations, you see WWE, you got guys like Rey Mysterio, you got guys like CM Punk in the past. These guys weren't muscular, but yet CM Punk was one of the best talkers in the business, as well as one of the best competitors I've ever seen. Rey Mysterio is like 5'5", and man is not even big. Man is a former world heavyweight champion, WWE champion. So for you to acknowledge that you don't got that physique, but yet you still have the talent, it's what keeps you going. You
Yes,
understand?
sir.
Which is very good that some people get inspired by that, by seeing what you can do.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, we saw that you tried out for WWE and Evolve in 2019. Tell us about that.
The Evolve tryout it was crazy. It was in Atlanta, and they do a lot of these deals where they bring in an NXT coach, and then it's the rest of the Evolve guys. So when I went, it was Robbie Brookside. So it was it was a good learning experience, but the tryout didn't go the way I hoped it would. They called the matches just as if it was a regular match. So myself and the guy I went against were, doing all of our stuff, and he is choking me on the ropes at one point, and the ref counts to 5, and I didn't even notice. So I'm selling around, and the guy comes to hit me in the end, and they're just like, "Get out!" Like, you're done. And this is like 2-3 minutes into the match, and we just got DQ'd, and that was all we got to show. So I was bummed about that, but what can you do? If it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. The WWE tryout came from we were doing extra work. Second time I did extra work with them. We kind of just told us to get our gear on. We went out. They gave us 4 minutes for our tryout, and I was super nervous. Like, how do I, how do I tell a story that will impress these guys in 4 minutes? So just completely rushed through it. It wasn't good, and that's basically it. We got AJ Styles came and talked to us a little bit, gave us some advice, some Mojo, Adam Pearce, but it just wasn't to be at the time, and it just is what it is, honestly.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
Absolutely, that's how I
And
live
this is a
life.
learning experience that you had, and now that you know what it's about, you can go further. You understand?
Exactly.
Now, I also see that you had the experience of wrestling the Rock and Roll Express.
Yes.
How was
Yes,
that?
sir. That was mind blowing because that's a tag team that my mom loved growing up. My dad, even my grandparents, whenever they found out I was wrestling them, they were like, yeah, they were like the team when we were watching wrestling. So I tried to keep my composure for most of it, but like the day of the show, the show's in my hometown, by the way, so it's even more crazy. It's like the nerves are up, and like, I was telling myself the whole day, I was like, just another match, it'll be fine, like, it's good. The second they walked in, it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was so nervous. And my tag partner actually was as well, Brandon. But once we hit the curtain, we went out there, and I got into it, and I was like, you know what, this is where I'm meant to be. I'm meant to be wrestling people like this, and it was good. It was fun. It was a learning experience. One of the least physical matches I've ever been in, but definitely one of the funnest. I definitely feel like that match made me step out of my comfort zone as a character, and kind of put the wrestling like on the back burner a little bit. Maybe just we don't need to do all this crazy stuff to have a good match. Sometimes you just need to play those characters and just go with the flow, man.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Now, I'm sorry, you got Dustin Greg asking for you to put some headphones. Apparently, he can't hear you.
Headphones? I don't think I have any on me right now. Uh, 1 second, I'll be right back. I'll grab some. And we're back. I had to run to my car to grab these. And apparently tonight they decided to have a hurricane outside or whatever. There we go. Is that better?
Yep,
All right, sweet.
that's perfect. All right, so I ask this question to every single talent that comes on the show. I'm gonna ask you the same question. If you had a chance right now to have a dream match, and this goes to the 80s and present, right now, who would you pick to have that dream match?
That is a tough one because there's so like
I'll give you three of them.
3 of them. Okay, it's a little bit easier, but so number one would always till the end of time or till the end of Braxton Hunter will always be Jeff Hardy, strictly because that is the guy that got me into wrestling. When I think back to my earliest memories, like any and everything wrestling for me was Jeff Hardy. In my opinion, one of the greatest of all time. Let's see. Who else would I put on there? Shawn Michaels for sure. This was the tough one. uh, let's see. Number 3. Lucky number 3. Oh, man. This is harder than I thought.
Take your time. Take your time.
Man, lately I've been getting into Darby Allin. That dude is insane. So I'd probably have to go with him. He is just, dude. His match with Jericho on AEW was like amazing. Him with like his hands taped behind his back doing suicide dives and stuff, dude. That would be amazing.
That's good. Those are excellent choices that you got, especially Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, Hall of Famer, Mr. Main
Oh
Event,
yeah,
the showstopper. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's
that's it, Mr. WrestleMania, baby.
hey man, you. It's good that Jeff Hardy inspired you. I've heard a lot of people in the show that have mentioned Jeff Hardy. Yeah, Jeff Hardy's
Yeah,
an excellent talent. Yeah, besides the personal things going on, you know,
yeah,
professional wrestling is professional wrestling. It is what it is.
that's
You
it.
can't control what people do in life, but in the ring, the man he's a phenomenal athlete. He does death-defying stuff, and I like how he does things.
I
There was one
completely
thing you
agree, man.
mentioned that you are the co-founder of Pro Wrestling Movement. Can you tell us and the fans a little bit about that?
So, Pro Wrestling Movement is a newly created, I think we're only about 2 or 3 weeks old, newly created promotion out of Cecilia, Louisiana, that myself and my tag partner, Brandon Law, have we've created to just mainly give people, mainly people here in South Louisiana, kind of an alternative to the standard, typical Louisiana independent wrestling. I have a lot of crazy ideas to make this different. Even not even just from Louisiana companies, but a lot of companies in general. There are three things that I definitely love in life, and number one is professional wrestling. Number two is music, and number three is comedy. So I have this idea to bring at least two, if not all three of those together, with having musical performances at our shows, like before the wrestling and in between the wrestling, putting a spotlight on local artists and bands and stuff like that. And if somehow I can figure out a way to like maybe give, if we have local comedians around here, give those guys a chance to showcase what they got and do stuff like that. I'm very in the last couple of months, my goals and my mindset have mainly changed on what I honestly want out of professional wrestling. And lately it's just been to take away from, getting contracted and all that is fine and all, but at the end of the day, we got to understand that not all of us are meant to be TV wrestlers, and we're not all meant to be corporate guys traveling the country all the time. And if that happens tomorrow, if someone contacts me and offers me a contract, yes, I'll take it. But if that never happens for me, and I can work with Pro Wrestling Movement and put a spotlight on other local talents outside of professional wrestling and just help other people get to that next level, that is completely fine with me. So, well, I got off subject there, but that's mainly
No, no,
what Pro Wrestling Movement's going to be about.
that's a good thing though. You're trying to pave the way for other talent to, show what they got, show what they can do. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? To get them known. They can travel all over the states. Florida, New York, New Jersey, Louisiana, Texas, all that stuff. That's good, and that's good. Not so many people are doing that. So that's kind of an inspiration to many people that want to be in professional wrestling, become in the indie promotions. Just start from the bottom, see where it could go. So that's good. I
Exactly.
respect you for that. So that's a good thing. I have one more
Exactly.
question before we go.
All right,
If
what you got?
you if an agent would have come up to you right now and say, who would you sign with, NXT or AEW? Right now, they say, here, you got a contract. I have NXT, I have AEW. Who would you choose?
I'm gonna go with AEW
Why would you
because
choose AEW?
it's it just seems like a lot more freedom and a less hectic schedule, and family and friendship means a lot to me, and I feel like that schedule, only being on the road, 1 or 2 days a week, would give me more time to be with those that mean the most to me, and also get paid a lot of money for it.
Okay. That's good. That's a real good answer. Everybody says, "Oh, WWE is the big spot," and yeah, they're right.
Oh yeah,
That is the top organization, but AEW is an up and coming organization as well. So, who
absolutely.
knows? Who knows what's going to happen down the line? Right now, AEW is kicking NXT's ass in the ratings every Wednesday.
Right.
So,
I
but
was just watching until the
I
until
don't count.
the
I
rain
don't
pooped
count.
out the satellite.
Yep. Nope. I don't count WWE out yet though,
Oh no,
because when they're
absolutely
in the
not.
competition and they're down and out, they rise up when it
NWA
comes to it.
Power has been
Yeah,
really good as
I've heard
well.
about that too. That's another organization that you can probably sign right there. You know what I mean? There's many out there.
Absolutely.
There's Ring of Honor. There's Impact Wrestling. You know what I mean? So taking that
Oh
next
yeah.
step, hopefully if that time comes and you're ready, then just go for it.
Absolutely.
So
100%.
Mr. Hunter, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, sir. And
Yes, sir. Thank you.
no, absolutely. We wish you luck. Um, Continue doing what you need to do in professional wrestling and just go with it, man. Don't let nobody stop you and do what you got to do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. Take care, sir. Have a good night.
Yes, sir. You as well.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Braxton Hunter, one of the up and coming superstars. The man is from Louisiana. He's in the indie scene, the promotions. Tune in as always, fans, every Friday. I just wanted to make a quick announcement. This Friday, we are actually not going to be going live. We're going to be going away for a little while, but we'll definitely be back first thing Friday night on next week, and we'll have our topics as always, myself and my co-host Jaden. We appreciate the support. As always, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. If you have any comments, concerns, or topics, or any questions, please feel free to email us at evolutionofprowrestling@gmail.com. Thank you for your support, fans. For myself, Lewis, my co-host Jaden, and my lovely wife, producer, and director, Yesenia. Thanks again for watching.